Yeah.
Hi, PowerShell community, and welcome our guest today, Björn Sundling. He's one of the 40+ speakers of the upcoming PowerShell Conference Europe, which takes place in the beautiful country of Austria. Björn, thank you very much for your time. Would you please introduce yourself a little to the community so we get a better idea of who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. Hi, thank you yourself. My name is Björn. I day-to-day work as a consultant in Azure and automation and Azure DevOps stuff. Been doing PowerShell since version 1, more or less,
Wow.
and been visiting the PSCONF every single year so far. So,
Okay.
but this is the first time I'm speaking. I'm terribly nervous, and it's going to be so much fun.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's nervous, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, so I think the community will be good to you, and you don't need to be nervous for
I
this.
hope so. No,
Yeah,
no
definitely.
punching in the face, please.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Okay, so let's talk about your session. So you have 2 sessions.
Yep.
One is DevOps security for non-security people. That's a
Yep.
good one. And PTMF, push to main Fridays.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about your session and why should the attendee visit your session?
Yeah, so actually they're supposedly they were written in the other order. So the first one is PTMF, which is the hashtag PTMF thing started out as a joke at work. When we do internal development, you know how you always say you never should push to main, you never should deploy on Fridays.
Yeah.
We just started internally using that. Fuck it, let's do PTMF, push to main, it's Friday, just go ahead. What could possibly go wrong? So we started doing it that way, and
Okay.
I kind of realized I work a lot with release pipelines and setting up CI/CD solutions, and I started thinking about how we tend to overanalyze and overdo this. We love to over-engineer stuff, and I realized that it can be quite intimidating to come and try to sort of just get over the hurdle, starting up a pipeline, starting up a CI/CD workflow, because whenever you start looking at it, it's a terrible amount of work to do. So this is more like what do I consider the baseline of a stable CI/CD pipeline, and without over-engineering, how can we just get past the hurdle and start doing it so we're not afraid to push to main on Fridays anymore. It's basically just a joke gone too far, and here I am talking about it now. But then I also started questioning my own references, sort of why do I do it this way? Again, I do this on a daily basis. So I started questioning my own. I have a whole lot of things I know that we're supposed to do, and I started questioning why. And I started interviewing the security people in my company, and spend an hour here and there with them and ask, okay, so I know that we do this when we set up, and I know that we do this, but why, and what's the background of this? And I realized that there's a whole lot of security things that I don't know. I have no idea what does. And to be honest, I never really cared about security. I think I know it's important. I just don't think it's interesting. It's not on my table, And being that I'm one of those people who prefer to get stuff out on the market fast and deploying, I work a lot with developers. Security, those are just the boring people saying no.
Yeah.
But I also realize the importance of it. So this interviewing, this questioning sort of made me realize how to think about, or how I should think about security from my perspective, instead of just seeing that they are the no people.
Okay.
So the second session, or actually the first in presentation wise, is the security for non-security people, is sort of, why do we do this in our CI/CD pipelines? It's more of the structure we need to think of, and why should we think of this, and without caring about security, what should we do to make security people shut up and let us do our work? It's sort of a playful thing, but yeah, it's security for non-security people, for those of us who doesn't really care about security. And
Okay,
that's the
great.
goal
So
of
it's the link between security and DevOps.
Yeah, it's in the security track, I think they put me, which well, that's a bit how do you say, over the top, because I mean I know the people, the rest of the people I share stage with in that track, and the security people there, they are just way
Yeah.
over my head in knowledge. So yeah, but again, it's always interesting to see the perspective of others, and
Yeah, definitely.
this was an eye opener for me, sort of. I wrote it because I don't know who it was, but some years ago, someone said, write the presentations that you would have wanted to see a couple of years ago. And this
Okay.
is something that I realized when I did this. Like, I started questioning this.
So is this also a session you where you decided to do the session before you decided what to put in the session, or?
Oh yeah, I haven't written the material.
Okay,
There's no
great.
finished material. I, I kind of knew what I wanted to speak about and what I wanted the angle to be about, but yeah, they both the presentations will be written for PSCONF specifically. So
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, sounds really cool. So what I've seen on the PSConf description of your person and also on your Twitter page, that you are a rock star by night. What does that mean? So tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, I play music. I play the
Okay.
guitar, and it's not more advanced than that. I play the guitar and bass and some other instruments as well. I have a couple of bands and have right now right now none active, but there are a couple of albums up on Spotify if you dare to
Really?
find them and so on. So yeah,
Okay. So
and
what
that's
name
what
do we need to search for to find the music you're playing in?
I would I think Necrophore is the latest, or maybe Disangelic. Some of them might be up there. I don't know really.
Okay, you need to write it afterwards in the chat so I can put it in the description.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but
Okay.
that's as easy as it gets. Rockstar by night. When I'm not working, I play music.
Okay. Okay. So have you ever been in Austria before? So you said you visit each PSConf in the past. So this was in Germany
Yep.
most of the time. And now this time it's first time in Austria. Have you been in Austria before?
Nope.
No.
Never.
So the first time visit.
Yep.
When you think about Austria, what is typical for you? So what is typical for Austria in your mind?
Will you edit this afterwards?
Uh, we go out
Because
in one stream, so that's okay. You can be honest as that's okay.
okay, humbly, my knowledge of Austria is very limited. I'm fairly certain that Hitler came from Austria.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. So honestly, when I heard we were in Vienna this year,
Mhm.
I had to Google and sort of look what to do and what am I supposed to look at in Vienna.
Okay.
I do, since I play music, classical music, and of course lots of classical music in Vienna, and you have like
Yeah.
7 or 8 opera houses in there, which
Yeah.
definitely is on the schedule to visit.
Okay.
Apart from that, I also know that the uh, doctor who found Asperger's syndrome is from Vienna. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
uh, yeah, that was sort of, yeah, how you sometimes, I googled it to find out what to
Okay.
do and ended up
Okay.
sidetracking and realized that there's a whole lot of medical history there.
Yeah,
So
that's true. Yeah,
and
that's true. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
but no, I have never visited. Mostly culture. I think there will be at least one classical music, hopefully, visit
Okay.
somewhere, but
Mhm.
I don't know what to expect really.
Okay, so that's what you're looking for, to see at least one musical or opera.
Yeah, I
Okay. So do you plan to have a longer stay or just for the conference?
no, it will be a longer stay.
So
Um,
you do some holiday or vacation in Austria?
yeah, uh, I
Okay.
have I have a colleague as well joining the conference, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I did a
Yeah,
recording last week with him. Yeah.
yeah. He's also joining me. So maybe we will stay a couple of days. I also have other friends who will show up to the conference from other parts of
Mhm.
the world. So when since everyone is already there, we'll just take a couple of days vacation.
Okay, so you travel together?
Me and Emmanuel will, because
Yeah.
we come from Sweden. That's also a thing, because Sweden is sort of the offsite for Europe. I mean, you can sort of visit each other any day. Sweden is quite far away, so
Yeah.
as soon as we cross the puddle, we stay there for a while. But
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about a PSCONF road trip this year. Maybe.
So
We'll see.
nothing planned already. Some ideas, but no plans, no fixed plans
Exactly.
made so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see how.
So the last question for today, and this is one that needs to be answered by everyone, but it's not that bad. So, what is your favorite PowerShell Commentlet and your favorite PowerShell module?
Wow. I mean, I do a whole lot of teaching and sort of local presenting and so on, and the classical get help, get command, and get member always.
Okay.
The only 3 commands you need. And it doesn't matter. Like again, like I said, I've been doing this for many years now, and it's still the go-to for every single day.
Yeah.
So I have to say those. Boringly enough. Favorite module? Well, honestly, I don't know. I would say I have no idea, honestly.
That one you use on a regular basis or heavily use?
I would say the core commandlets, actually, because like most of the things you do, most of the things I do with PowerShell nowadays is API calls, API stuff, like working with different external stuff. So REST methods and so on. Of course, wrapping stuff in like whatever kind of modules we create for customers. But there's the core commandlets is actually quite functional. I mean, from a hero perspective, the SQL module with Chrissy and Rob and the team, I mean, I could just go in there and look how amazing stuff can be when it's great. But since I'm a consultant and I work with a lot of different customers, it's hard to have a favorite external thing because I kind of have to live with what's available where I am. So lots of core commands.
Because it's hard to have some third-party modules at the customer, maybe, or it's always to explain why do we need this and security.
I have customer that that won't allow me to import or install external stuff, and it's kind of like, you know, we've come to the part where VS Code is acceptable at most places, but there's still many places where we still have to use the ISE because they don't let us use whatever. It's consultant lives.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is what it is, you know, and I can't really complain anyway. It works quite okay.
Yeah. But you're more a user of VS Code or still ISE?
No, absolutely VS Code any day and every day if I get to pick it. But like I said, it's
customer
are targeted. It's hard to come and require stuff.
Of course, yeah. Okay. Björn, thank you very much for your time. Any last words to the community?
See you in Vienna, maybe?
See you in Vienna. And see your session. So thank you very much for your time and really looking forward to meet you in person in June. And thanks for your time and bye.
Thank you.